Ever wondered which countries are struggling the most with pollution? In 2025, some places are facing serious challenges with air quality and environmental issues. These aren't just random spots on the map. They're nations where pollution is a daily battle, affecting millions of lives. Why are these countries topping the list of the dirtiest in the world? Is it industrial growth, lack of regulations, or something else entirely? Stick around as we dive into the top 10 dirtiest countries of 2025. You might be surprised by who made the list and what it means for the people living there. Number 10, Nigeria. Nigeria, often referred to as the Giant of Africa, is a country with immense potential and resources. However, it's also grappling with significant environmental challenges that have earned it a spot on the list of the world's dirtiest countries. One of the primary culprits is the rampant plastic pollution. Nigeria is the second-largest plastic emission hotspot globally, producing over 3.5 million tons of plastic waste annually. This staggering figure highlights the country's struggle with waste management, particularly in urban areas like Lagos, which contributes significantly to the nation's GDP but suffers from severe air pollution due to road transport, sea salt, biomass fuels, and mismanaged waste. The lack of efficient waste disposal systems exacerbates the problem, leading to littered streets and polluted water bodies. Lagos, Nigeria's bustling commercial hub, is one of the dirtiest cities in the country. Despite having agencies dedicated to environmental cleanliness, the city still faces challenges with proper waste disposal. Many areas remain littered with dirt, and the air quality is compromised by pollutants such as volatile organic compounds and heavy metals like lead and mercury. The situation is further complicated by the rapid urban growth rate of 5.8%, which strains existing infrastructure and services. Efforts to combat these issues include public awareness campaigns and sanitation initiatives, but more comprehensive strategies are needed to address the root causes of pollution and improve living conditions for the population. Number 9. Iraq. Iraq, a country rich in history and culture, faces its own set of environmental challenges that contribute to its reputation as one of the dirtiest countries. Decades of conflict have left the nation with damaged infrastructure and inadequate waste management systems. The capital city, Baghdad, is particularly affected, with overflowing landfills and polluted waterways posing serious health risks to residents. The lack of proper sanitation facilities and the prevalence of open dumping exacerbate the situation, leading to unsanitary living conditions for many Iraqis. The environmental degradation in Iraq is not just limited to urban areas. Rural regions also suffer from pollution, with agricultural practices contributing to soil and water contamination. The use of chemical fertilizers and pesticides, coupled with poor irrigation techniques, has led to the depletion of natural resources and a decline in biodiversity. Efforts to address these issues have been hampered by ongoing political instability and limited financial resources. However, there are initiatives aimed at promoting sustainable agriculture and improving waste management, though progress is slow and uneven. Before we move on to the next country, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel for more content. Number 8. Bahrain. Next up, Bahrain. This small island nation in the Persian Gulf is known for its modern skyline and rich history, but it's also grappling with significant pollution challenges. The air quality in Bahrain has been a growing concern, with an air quality index, AQI, of 67, which is unhealthy for sensitive groups. The main culprits? Industrial emissions, heavy traffic, and regional dust storms. The petroleum industry, a backbone of Bahrain's economy, contributes significantly to the pollution levels. Manama, the capital, often finds itself shrouded in smog, making it a tough place for those with respiratory issues. It's like living in a foggy dream, but not the good kind. Now, why is Bahrain so littered? Well, part of the problem lies in the lack of meaningful repercussions for littering. You can visit beautiful spots like Karzakan Forest, only to find them marred by trash. It's a bit like finding a fly in your soup. Unexpected and unpleasant. People often toss their garbage out of car windows without a second thought, leading to a buildup of waste in public areas. It's a cultural issue as much as it is an environmental one, with a need for greater awareness and stricter enforcement of anti-littering laws. So what's being done about it? Efforts are underway to combat these issues, including initiatives aligned with the Paris Agreement to reduce fossil fuel use and improve waste management. However, there's still a long way to go. For travelers heading to Bahrain, it's essential to be mindful of the local customs and environmental challenges. Dress modestly, avoid large gatherings, and be prepared for the occasional dust storm. And if you're offered coffee or tea, don't refuse. It's considered rude. Number 7. Nepal. Next, let's talk about Nepal. Nestled in the Himalayas, this country is famous for its stunning landscapes and Mount Everest. But beneath its natural beauty lies a struggle with pollution. Kathmandu, the capital, is notorious for its poor air quality, often ranking among the most polluted cities in the world. The PM 2.5 levels here can reach alarming heights, primarily due to vehicle emissions, industrial activities, and the burning of biomass. It's like trying to breathe through a thick blanket, uncomfortable and suffocating. Waste management is another significant issue in Nepal. The rapid urbanization and population growth have outpaced the development of proper waste disposal systems. As a result, garbage often piles up in the streets, creating unsanitary conditions and contributing to water pollution. The Bagmati River, once a sacred waterway, now suffers from severe contamination. It's a stark reminder of the environmental challenges facing the country. Efforts to address these problems include government initiatives to improve waste management and promote cleaner energy sources. However, progress is slow, and much work remains to be done. For those planning to visit Nepal, it's crucial to be aware of the environmental conditions. Be prepared for fluctuating air quality and take precautions if you have respiratory issues. Number 6. India. India, a country known for its rich cultural heritage and vibrant diversity, also grapples with significant environmental challenges. One of the primary reasons India is often labeled as one of the dirtiest countries is its severe air pollution. In 2025, New Delhi, the capital city, was reported to have PM 2.5 concentrations nearly 10 times higher than the World Health Organization's guidelines. This alarming level of pollution is primarily due to emissions from thermal power plants, vehicular pollution, industrial emissions, and the widespread use of wood and dirty fuels for cooking and heating. The Central Pollution Control Board, CPCB, is tasked with regulating these pollutants, but the sheer scale of the problem makes it a daunting task. The situation is exacerbated by the lack of organized waste management systems, leading to garbage piling up in urban areas. The dirtiest cities in India, according to recent statistics, include Visakhapatnam, Burnihat, and Durgapur, all of which fall into the very poor category on the Air Quality Index, AQI. Delhi, despite being the capital, set a new pollution record in November 2024 with an AQI of 795, categorizing it as hazardous. The city's average AQI of 169 places it among the most polluted cities globally. The Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, launched by Prime Minister Narendra Modi in 2014, aimed to tackle these issues by promoting hygiene, sanitation, and waste management. However, the impact of such initiatives is yet to be fully realized, as many areas still struggle with open defecation and inadequate sanitation facilities. Travelers to India should be prepared for the environmental conditions they might encounter. It's advisable to plan trips around the seasons, take necessary health precautions like vaccinations, and be aware of local etiquette. The lack of cleanliness is often attributed to a combination of factors, including insufficient education about sanitation, ineffective laws against littering, and a general societal acceptance of poor waste management practices. Number 5. Afghanistan. Afghanistan, a country marked by decades of conflict, faces numerous environmental challenges that contribute to its reputation as one of the dirtiest countries. The ongoing instability has severely hampered efforts to establish effective waste management systems, resulting in widespread littering and pollution. The capital city, Kabul, struggles with inadequate infrastructure to handle the growing population's waste, leading to heaps of garbage accumulating in public spaces. The lack of proper sewage systems further exacerbates the situation, causing contamination of water sources and posing significant health risks to the population. Recent statistics highlight the dire state of air quality in Afghanistan, with particulate matter levels often exceeding safe limits. The burning of low-quality fuels for heating and cooking, combined with dust storms common in the region, contributes to the high levels of air pollution. Efforts to address these issues are hindered by limited resources and the ongoing security concerns that divert attention and funding away from environmental initiatives. International aid organizations have attempted to implement projects aimed at improving waste management and sanitation, but progress remains slow due to the complex socio-political landscape. For those considering travel to Afghanistan, it's crucial to be aware of the environmental and health challenges present. Visitors should ensure they have access to clean drinking water and take precautions against respiratory issues caused by air pollution. Number 4. Bangladesh. Bangladesh, where the air is thick enough to chew on. Ranked as the most polluted country globally in 2024, Bangladesh's air quality is a major concern. The capital city, Dhaka, often tops the list of the world's most polluted cities, with an air quality index, AQI, that can reach hazardous levels. On a particularly bad day, the AQI hit 304, which is classified as hazardous. Imagine trying to breathe through a smoggy blanket. That's Dhaka for you. The main culprits? Household emissions from cooking with solid fuels, vehicular emissions, industrial activities, and poor waste management. It's a cocktail of pollutants that makes every breath a challenge. Water pollution is another significant issue. Major rivers in Bangladesh suffer from severe contamination due to industrial discharge and unmanaged waste, including plastics and untreated sewage. This not only affects the environment but also poses health risks to millions of people who rely on these water sources. The rapid urbanization and population growth have exacerbated these problems, leading to increased industrialization and construction activities that contribute to both air and water pollution. It's a vicious cycle that's hard to break. Despite these challenges, efforts are being made to combat pollution. Since 2015, Bangladesh has been working to reduce vehicle emissions by importing diesel fuels with lower sulfur content and implementing stricter emission standards. However, there's still a long way to go. For travelers, it's essential to be prepared for the environmental conditions. Think face masks and bottled water. And while you're there, don't be surprised if you catch a whiff of something unpleasant. It's just part of the experience. But hey, at least you'll have some interesting stories to tell when you get back home. Number 3. Pakistan. Next stop, Pakistan, where the air pollution is almost as famous as its cricket team. Pakistan ranks high on the list of the world's most polluted countries, with cities like Lahore and Karachi frequently making headlines for their poor air quality. In Lahore, the smog can get so dense that it feels like you're walking through a foggy dream, except it's more of a nightmare for your lungs. The primary sources of pollution include vehicular emissions, industrial activities, and the burning of crop residues. It's a smoky symphony that plays out across the country, affecting millions of people. Water pollution is another pressing issue in Pakistan. Many water bodies are contaminated with industrial waste, agricultural runoff, and untreated sewage. This not only impacts the environment, but also poses serious health risks to the population. Access to clean drinking water is a challenge for many, especially in rural areas. The situation is further complicated by inadequate waste management systems, which lead to heaps of garbage piling up in urban areas. It's a sight that can be both fascinating and disheartening, depending on your perspective. Efforts to tackle pollution in Pakistan are ongoing, but progress is slow. The government has introduced measures to improve air quality, such as promoting cleaner fuels and enhancing public transportation. However, enforcement remains a challenge. For those planning to visit, it's wise to be prepared for the environmental conditions. A good sense of humor and a sturdy pair of shoes will serve you well as you navigate the bustling streets and vibrant markets. Just remember, when life gives you smog, make sure to pack a mask. Number 2, Mongolia. Next up, Mongolia. Now, if you've ever heard about Ulaanbaatar, you know it's not just the capital, but also one of the most polluted cities on Earth. The air quality here is a nightmare, especially during those harsh winters. Why? Well, half of the city's population lives in traditional felt dwellings called gurs, and they burn raw coal to keep warm. This practice alone accounts for a whopping 80% of the air pollution from November to April. Imagine that. It's like living in a smokehouse, and the PM 2.5 levels can reach 687 micrograms per cubic meter, 27 times what the World Health Organization considers safe. That's like trying to breathe through a chimney. But wait, there's more. Rapid urbanization has led to unplanned settlements, and with more people comes more cars, trucks, and buses running on fossil fuels. These vehicles add to the pollution cocktail, making the air even harder to breathe. And let's not forget the power plants and industrial activities that belch out smoke like there's no tomorrow. It's a perfect storm of pollution sources, and the people, especially kids, are suffering. Hospitals are overwhelmed with cases of pneumonia and bronchitis every winter. Schools even shut down for months to protect children from the toxic air. It's a tough life, and the government is struggling to find solutions. They're trying to switch to higher-grade coal and limit migration to the city, but it's a long road ahead. Now, if you're thinking of visiting Mongolia, pack a mask and maybe an air purifier. The countryside might offer some relief, but Ulaanbaatar is a different story. The city's growth has been fueled by nomads moving in from rural areas, driven by climate change and mining activities that are degrading their traditional lands. It's a cycle that's hard to break, and while there are efforts to improve infrastructure and reduce coal dependency, the challenges are immense. So if you're planning a trip, be prepared for some serious smog and a community grappling with the impacts of pollution. Number 1. Chad. Next, let's talk about Chad. This Central African country was ranked the world's most polluted in 2024, and it's not hard to see why. The Bodel Depression, a massive source of airborne dust, contributes significantly to the poor air quality. It's like Mother Nature's own dust factory, churning out plumes that blanket the region. But that's not all. Chad's industries, including oil, textiles, and meatpacking, add their share of pollutants to the mix. Vehicles spew out exhaust, and waste burning is a common sight. It's a recipe for disaster when it comes to air quality. Chad's reliance on wood and charcoal for energy doesn't help either. A staggering 90% of the country's energy comes from these sources, leading to deforestation and more pollution. The annual mean concentration of PM 2.5 is 66 micrograms per cubic meter, way above the recommended maximum of 10 micrograms per cubic meter. It's a tough environment, and the people are feeling the effects. With high levels of poverty and hunger, many Chadians are focused on survival rather than environmental issues. The government faces an uphill battle in addressing these challenges, and international support is crucial. For travelers, Chad offers unique landscapes and cultural experiences, but it's essential to be aware of the environmental conditions. Dust storms are frequent, and the air quality can be hazardous, especially for those with respiratory issues. Efforts to improve public transport and reduce reliance on dirty fuels are ongoing, but progress is slow. If you're heading to Chad, be prepared for a rugged adventure and take precautions to protect your health. If you enjoyed this video, let us know in the comment section down below and turn on your notifications to know when next we upload. See you in our next video. Bye.